Now, I know that not all areas have been affected equally. Give us an idea of the Upper East region, just how little or how much of the impact of this dry spell has been felt there.
Yes, so in the Upper East region, uh, the situation is that most of the farmers are late in terms of the cultivation because the rainy season didn't start at the time that normally it would start. So, for instance, last year we had rains a bit early. By April last year, we already had some rains. But this year, the rains came, the first rain came very late in April, and then the whole of May, there was no rain at all. And then when June came, that was when we started getting some rains. So it means that generally the farmers in this region were late in terms of how early they started their cultivation. So they lost about a month or two in terms of the season. And then as the rains progressed, we had a situation where somewhere in August, when they needed the rains most, it stopped for about 2 weeks. And so that's the situation we have in the region. In other regions, they had longer dry spells, but in this region, this was the situation that we had.
So tell us about the impact of those lost 2 months or so. Uh, how has it affected their productivity and revenue?
Yes, so what it means is that most of them will either not get a lot of yield, especially if the rain stop before the end of October. There have been seasons where the rains would normally continue until late October. But last year, for instance, when September ended, we just had a few drizzles into October, and then the rain stopped completely, and the dry season came in. And so, if we have a similar situation this year, it means that either they are going to get very poor yields, or some will not even be able to harvest their crops, like granules, for instance, because if you're harvesting granules or potatoes or yam, you need the land to moist for you to do it because you have to uproot the crop to get the yield. And so that's the situation we are likely to have if the rains don't continue up to October. It means that most of us are going to, have a very poor yield, or they are not going to get anything at all from, the cultivation that they have done this year.